Night on the Black Channel. Behold on your screen the proclamation from the sitting president of the United States of America. The first thing I want to declare is that this is not normal. Even for America, even for American politics, this is not normal. This is not what people should be seeing. However, it is brutally honest. Easter morning, 2026, with most Christians going around saying that he has risen, referring to Jesus Christ, not Donald Trump, he has fallen. With Christians proclaiming that he is Lord and he has risen, Donald Trump, who claims to be a good Christian, who has his religious fanatics going around claiming that he is sent by Christ. Well, the guy that you claim was sent by Christ, Easter morning, he did not have the love of Jesus in his heart. He had the love of slaughter. And you can see what he put on the screen, and I edited it. I blurred it out. So what you're seeing is sanitized. I blurred it. But if you go on Twitter right now and look at Piers Morgan and everybody else, Marjorie Taylor Greene and the rest of them, it's not blurred out. He said Tuesday will be Power Plant Day and Bridge Day all wrapped up in one in Iran. There will be nothing like it. Open the effing straight, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah, President Donald J. Trump. This is not a gag. This is not a rant. This is not AI. This is literally what MAGA's hero, Ben Shapiro's buddy, Jeffrey Epstein's lifelong pal, and Fox News' greatest mascot ever that they can't get enough telling you how wonderful he is. This is what he posted. Newt Gingrich went around saying that Barack Obama was the most divisive president in history with no real substantiation why. And I suppose that we should hear that saying that I'm glad Robert Mueller is dead. I am glad that former FBI Director Robert Mueller is dead. And now, just when you thought that this Bulgarian degenerate couldn't get any lower, now this is how he portrays and represents the United States of America. Open like a Saturday Night Live skit. Open the effing straight, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell. Praise be to Allah. He is not simply off his meds or off his rocker. He is out of his mind. And as I said last night, the only people still defending him, yes, it is confirmed. This is legitimate. There was no hack. Yes, this is all real. Let me go ahead and show you what took me so long to get back to y'all. Everybody is now acknowledging it. This is from PBS. Trump issues expletive-laden threat against Iran. Let's go ahead and get this together here. Newsweek, Trump's chances of being removed by 25th Amendment climb. I wanted to take a little bit of time here to go and check and see what other people were saying because I wanted to see what they were saying here. And these are some of the things that they're talking about. So I'm not going to rush through anything here. And just in case you think that I'm going too far with it, let me go ahead and pop up on your screens here from Newsweek. Let me bring this down a little bit so you can see the banner at the top there. It says Trump uses profanity and new Iran threat says praise be to Allah. You cannot even pretend anymore that he is not completely clinically insane. Joe Biden couldn't remember anything and Trump is remembering stuff that never occurred and acting on it. Trump's chances of being removed by 25th Amendment climb by Holly Silverman. Prediction markets tracking the likelihood that President Donald Trump could be removed from office under the 25th Amendment saw a steady climb this weekend, reflecting heightened public speculation as the Iran war intensifies and the president's recent statements draw widespread scrutiny. They talked about Kalshi and other betting sites. I'm going down here because there's right below the picture here, what to know. Prediction platform Kalshi hosted a contract titled, "Will the 25th Amendment be used during Trump's presidency?" allowing traders to buy yes or no shares. Prices on the yes side rose in recent days from 28.6% to 35.1% within the last month. It is the second highest number has been since the start of the second term. The poll started at 15% yes in January 2025, Kalshi shows. Market participants reacted to a series of high-profile controversies, including Trump's recent social media posts about Iran, which has effectively shut down the Strait of Hormuz, and threats targeting civilian infrastructure. On Easter Sunday, that's today, Trump issued a profanity-laden message on Truth Social about the war. Tuesday will be Power Plant Day and Bridge Day all wrapped up in one in Iran. There will be nothing like it. Open the effing strait, you crazy bastards, or you'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to Allah, he wrote. Senator Chris Murphy, a Connecticut Democrat, on Sunday urged the cabinet, that's the folk that Trump put in office, you know, people like Pam Bondi, what? RFK, J.D. Vance, you know, folks like that. Kash Patel. Well, Senator Chris Murphy, a Connecticut Democrat, on Sunday urged the cabinet to consider invoking the 25th Amendment, calling Trump's post, quote, completely, utterly unhinged. And that's putting it nicely. Where's MAGA? MAGA is behind him cheerleading.
Nigga, what?
We'll get to it in a moment. Hang tight. The 25th Amendment has never been used to remove a sitting president. What a shame. Its most common application has been temporary transfers of power during medical procedures. Any invocation of the amendment would require formal action by the vice president, you know, J.D. Mascara Vance, and the majority of the cabinet, you know, Kash Patel and friends, followed by potential Marco Rubio and, you know, them. A process with multiple legal and political hurdles. So, folks, we're not the only ones. Everybody's talking about this right now. Everyone's speaking about it. Trump's best buddy, Piers Morgan. This is embarrassing. Delete it, President Trump, unless you want everyone to think you've lost your marbles. Right below it, Alex Jones. What? Alex Jones, it's scary. Some other folks here, it really is. You have unpresidential and at the very least an apology and just tell people he's under stress and will do better. Now take a look at this right here. This tells you these are the modern day Nazis. These are the modern day Stalinists. They see this insanity. They see this absolute debauchery and they're going along with it. So if you told yourself that it could only happen in Nazi Germany, it could only happen in Stalinist Russia, no, the Stalinists and the Nazis are right here in America. Used to have total respect for you. She's talking about Piers Morgan and Alex Jones, who just sat up here and said that Trump, you look crazy. Alex Jones, they're scary. Look at her. Used to have total respect for you, Alex. You mean back when Alex was making up stories about, you know, false flags or kids getting killed in schools? You mean that? You used to respect that? So that you respected, but this you don't like. But you've sold out to who the hell knows. Just because you may disagree with Trump on something doesn't mean you need to throw the baby out with the bathwater. What has happened to you, Alex? These are the kinds of folks we're dealing with here. These are the kind of folks we're dealing with. Right here. Folks need to understand how far they've gone. Folks need to understand how far they've gone with this. These are the people here who are the dead enders. Decency is bad and debauchery is good in their minds. Bestiality, barbarism, these are positives as far as they're concerned. These are positives. And the rest of you need to understand. Right below that, another one. These are people upset with Alex Jones for what he just said. I'm Alex Jones and I owe $1 billion to Sandy Hook families because I lied about their children's death. Trump is scary. They're not mad at Trump. They're mad at Alex Jones. Where's the CIA hit squad when we need them? They're mad at Alex Jones. They're upset with what he said about Trump. This is the caliber of American degenerate that is defending Donald Trump. This is the caliber of them. Says the Sandy Hook denier. Nope, it's not. He's saying it's not scary. It's about time we feared and not walked all over. It's about time we feared and not walked all over. Okay. We know which side you've gone to, Alex. You thought you had us all fooled, didn't you? They're upset with Alex Jones because Alex Jones said that Trump going on this outrageously insane rant. And as you all can see here, yeah, this is what it looks like when it's not blurred out. By the way, this is a screenshot of the original post that Trump put up. This is what it says when it ain't blurred out. So no, the account wasn't hacked, and no, it wasn't blurred out anywhere else. No, this is literally what the sitting president of the United States posted. And these people are mad at Alex Jones because he called this Trump talking about praise be to Allah, talking about blowing people up, praise be to Allah. And Alex Jones said this is scary. And these cultists are upset, not with Trump. They're upset with Alex Jones. They're mad at him. Alex had more to say about this, by the way. These are his words here.
So my Easter message to everyone in America and across the world is one of humanity coming together, one of loving God, one of thanking God for sending his only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, to redeem us and pay for our sins, and that Jesus is King and that Jesus is risen. And I saw Trump's Easter message to Iran about, open the strait, you crazy bastards, or I'm blowing up your bridges and power plants today, which they did. And then using that, F word, and then talking about Allah, praise Allah, Allah's great or whatever. Number one, just from a psychological perspective, when Trump killed the mullah, which Israel told him to do, they said that would make him give up. That's the opposite of making him give up. And blowing up their bridges and power plants, it just hurts the citizens, it's unified them. So just from a military perspective, it's horrible win the hearts and minds. Our military did act like this in the past with their rhetoric. And it's super bad news. And this is not the old Trump. It's one thing if he says fuck on the campaign trail or whatever. I do that too. But on Easter, with messages about Allah Akbar and give up, you crazy effers, they're not going to. And they've closed the strait. It's killing the economy. America is sinking in global rankings of likability. It's just not what we voted for. And we've never seen rhetoric out of presidents like this when we go to war, even if you're for this war. This is really bad PR, folks. This is what I'm talking about, the way Trump's behaving. Way more erratic. His speech, is not coherent all the time. You can't deny this is happening. So yesterday I gave you the good news that he didn't fire Tulsi Gabbard and that he's looking to put Ed Martin in. That doesn't mean I back what Trump's doing. I'm trying to salvage something and before the midterms and just, hope that we can get Trump to pull out of this war. So I'm trying to get as much public awakening to this and pressure as I can, but I don't have a lot of hope. But MTG had a great post about it, and I posted her comment and Trump's post below this, but this is not a Christ-like Easter message. And I'm just really worried about Trump.
Nothing to worry about. He's gone. This is the post that Marjorie Taylor Greene put up on Easter morning. This is what President Trump posted. Everyone in his administration that claims to be a Christian needs to fall on their knees and beg forgiveness from God and stop worshiping the president and intervene in Trump's madness. I know all of you and him, and he has gone insane. And all of you are complicit. Simple logic. I'm not defending Iran, but let's be honest about all of this. The strait is closed because the U.S. and Israel started the unprovoked war against Iran based on the same nuclear lies they've been telling for decades, that any moment Iran would develop a nuclear weapon. You know who has nuclear weapons? Israel. They are more than capable of defending themselves without the U.S. having to fight their wars, kill innocent people and children, and pay for it. Trump threatening to bomb power plants and bridges hurts the Iranian people, the very people Trump claimed he was freeing. On Easter, of all days, we as Christians should be reminded that the Son of God died and rose from the grave so that we can be forgiven once and for all for our sins. Jesus commanded us to love one another and forgive one another, even our enemies. Our president is not a Christian, and his words and actions should not be supported by Christians. Christians in the administration should be pursuing peace, urging the president to make peace, not escalating war that is hurting people. This not what we promised the American people when they overwhelmingly voted in 2024. I know, I was there more than most. This is not making America great again. This is evil. And then you go down to the comments section. We worship Jesus and Trump is doing his part. God chose him for and definitely didn't you while you worshiped another man instead of the one that was chosen for you. You definitely need help. He's talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene. And yeah, cultists, Cenk Uygur weighed in. This is what being principled looks like. Obviously, I don't agree with all of MTG's policy positions, but I respect anyone who has the courage to be honest and serve the American people instead of the corrupt donor class. She risked her whole career to tell the truth. Respect. Folks, Joe Biden, the same MAGA people who were saying that Joe Biden was a bad person and that Joe Biden was unfit to be in office, the same folk who said that are watching Donald Trump say this and like, oh, you go Trump. They have no morals. They have no scruples. They have no ethics. They have no principles. Everything is about power for them. That is all. That is all. Here's the leader of India. The leader of India. Isn't it ironic and sad that the leader of India, a primarily Hindu nation, posts a more loving Christian Easter message than our president of the United States does? And when you go and check in the comments section, who in the world could disagree with it? Who could disagree with it? Our president is creating a safe world and ending the hell that Iran has been creating for the world and the Iranian people. Yeah. This is the caliber of folks there who are defending it. This is them. I could keep this up all day, but you get the idea. These are the folks who are doing that, making up their excuses, lying and everything else. Just understand this is how bad it really is. This is how bad it really is. By the way, no wonder she doesn't have a problem with it. Foul mouth. I'm a daughter, aunt, and cousin, okay, of law enforcement officers. So, character speaking. Who are you to say who is a Christian or not? Okay. We just read what he said. All right. Yeah. You are in the grip of a beast. You are in the grip of a cult. You are in the grip of an American political cult masquerading as a political party. But it is a cultist movement, to be sure. It is a cultist movement, to be certain. And that's the important thing for you to remember here. I'm just going to be honest with you all. This is real. This is unhinged. This is crazy. This is not normal. This is not just being saltier than normal. Donald Trump has said a lot of wacky off the wall stuff. He has never been this far over the cuckoo's nest. He has never been this far over the cuckoo's nest before. It's not a joke anymore. This is not a joke. It's not a game. It's not satire. It's not a gag. You have a sitting president of the United States who everybody around him is taking advantage of the lunatics, as I said last night, the inmates running the asylum. And so every corporation, every hack, rogue nations are sitting up here dragging him off in the wars and whatnot. And does he even know what the hell it is? This is what happens when you have a nation that is devoid of values, and the value needs to start with justice, not some idea of some vacuous term of family values. Let's start with justice. But you see, when you proudly poke out your chest and say that I don't care about justice, I care about power, this is what you end up with. Let me explain something to you all. I've said it now for decades, and I will remind you again. When you have a leader who will not admit quickly when he is in error, that's not just annoying. That's not just uncomfortable. He's dangerous. When you have someone who's driving your car, steering your ship, flying your airplane, they're the person in charge, they're the person in leadership position, and they will not stop immediately and admit when they're wrong immediately. That's not just annoying. That's dangerous. They're deadly. They got your fate in their hands, and they're deadly. And that's where Donald Trump is today. This wasn't funny 25 years ago when George W. Bush refused to admit that he was wrong, marched America into Iraq. And we all sat there when he was asked by 60 Minutes if he made any mistakes during his presidency. I don't think I have. And America reelected him. Never forget that. America heard him say he didn't think he made any mistakes, and re-elected him president. And now, 25 years later, America's culture has repeated itself. The simple fact of the matter is, what folks do not want to admit, and I will state it here tonight, Donald Trump epitomizes and embodies the debauchery and the Sodom and Gomorrah and the low-life degeneracy and the hedonism and the greed and the abuse that America gets aroused by. America is aroused and thrilled. I said this last night at the abuse and greed and hedonism. So they get to live it vicariously through him. Oh, watch as he does all this abuse. Watch as he says a bunch of stupid stuff he shouldn't say. He has no filter. He has no limits. People, power, real power. You take a look at a boxer. You take a look at physics. Real power is not about being unlimited. Real power is about having discipline. Show me a balloon. Well, not Kristi Noem's husband, but show me a pipe that has strength, that has power. That pipe is able to hold the water in, hold the oil in, hold the air in. That's a strong thing. That's a powerful thing. It holds its integrity. You want to know a weak pipe? A weak bag? A weak container? A weak container, you add pressure and it has no limits. It has no constraints. It just pops wide open. Real power has discipline and control. Real power doesn't just fly around and is reckless. And this is where we're at today with a sitting president of the United States who embodies the recklessness and debauchery and hedonism that so much of American culture and society wishes they could engage in. I have to remind you all of the story in the Bible. It is Easter Sunday to remind you all of the story in the Bible of the prophet Samuel. The prophet Samuel, the children of Israel. The children of Israel had stated that they didn't want to carry around this ark anymore. They wanted to be like the other nations of the world. They wanted a living representative. They didn't want to carry around this golden box, even though it had liberated them from Egypt and liberated them from bondage. They wanted to have a man represent them. And the prophet Samuel gave them warnings given to him by God. He gave them warnings. If you do this, because he saw the caliber of the people, if you do this, you are going to have somebody. He is going to be reckless. He is going to be headstrong. He is going to send your sons off to war and your daughters into exploitation. That's what's going to happen here. It is going to be the exact opposite of what you've enjoyed. And they said, no, we still want a king. We still want a man to represent us, not this golden box. We want a man so that we can have somebody we can brag on to the nations. And the prophet Samuel brought it to God, and God told him, you go back and tell them this. We'll grant what you want on one condition. I get to choose the man. We're going to choose the person that you really want, and that's when they chose Saul. They chose Saul. He was tall, he was rugged, he was well-liked. Military man, the ladies swooned, the men respected and admired, and they said, yep, that's the one right there. Saul, we want him. Good choice. All right, get this box out of here. And that began the reign of King Saul, and at the beginning, things looked like it was going to be all right at the beginning. And before it was over, Saul lived up to every single one of the threats that the prophet Samuel had warned them about. Yes, the problem with Saul is that he's like you. The whole point of carrying around the Ark of the Covenant is that it was above you. It was a higher calling. It spoke to the greatest in you. They didn't want that. They wanted someone who spoke to the lowest in them, the darkest in them, the most evil in them, the greediest in them. They wanted that, not something that spoke to the highest in them. And then they were given it. And as we all know, that was really what began the downward slide to ultimately the destruction of the nation of Israel. That was ultimately the step that took everything downhill when you take a look at it. They go up only a little bit further after King David, but the problem is the rot was already in the wood. You see, the problem is they've chosen men. And you can swap out Saul for a David, but David is still a man. And you can get rid of David and replace him with his son Solomon. He's still a man. And it's going to go downhill, and it did, because when people have... There's a reason here, I'm going to offend some folk with this, but there was a reason why the founders did not want a direct democracy. The founders of America did not want a direct democracy because this was what they were afraid of. What would the common man elect? The common man is going to elect somebody like himself. That's the issue. And in America today, I told you all, Donald Trump does represent America. That is America. Hedonistic, profane, debauched, corrupt as hell, eager to get bought off, greedy, slimy, dishonest, and they like it. Who was the most popular character on the television show Dallas? JR. And what was JR? The villain. Take a look at your television shows, people. Tony Soprano. We like Tony. He lies, he steals, he kills, he cheats on his wife. We love it. That's who we want. We see ourselves in. We love it. Game of Thrones. We can go down the list. Who were the most popular characters on Game of Thrones? Tywin Lannister, the Hound, the Mountain, the Night's King. Yes, we love it. You take a look at your television shows, Scandal, Survivor, Power, Empire. Need I go on? Dexter, Breaking Bad. Anything and everything you want to name. Squid Game. Who are America's favorite people and favorite characters? Star Wars, who's their favorite character? Darth Vader. People don't even like Anakin Skywalker. They love Vader. They mocked Anakin. They said George Lucas shouldn't have made that film like that. You focus too damn much on Anakin. No, we want more of Vader. We want him, not Luke Skywalker. We want Vader. We want that. And we can go on as long as you all would like. Thanos. Yeah, forget Captain America. Bring us on the genocidal, homicidal maniac who gets the gauntlet of power that gives him power and control of the universe. And the first thing he does is eliminate half the life in it. Yeah, that kind of power, that kind of abuse. America is aroused by that. America is thrilled by that. Frank Underwood, House of Cards, they loved hearing him say that. What did Frank Underwood say in that speech he gave? You don't care what I stand for, just so long as I stand. You just want to see the strong man, the assertive man, the man that calls the shots. And what he says, this is what has come down to today in American politics. There is no right, there is no wrong. There's just being in and then being out. There are no rules. Yeah, that's what America is. Yeah. We don't care what you stand for, just so long as you stand. The Blacklist, yeah, we can be here. This is what they love. Landman, yet Yellowstone. That you take a look at what America gravitates to, who they really love, the things that become iconic. Yeah, the worst and the baddest. The more principles you have, the less they like you. The more unprincipled you are, the more they love you. The more debauched and hedonistic you are, the more they love you. Because you can engage in all of the lustful, degenerate things they wish they could. And so America has elected a mascot who indulges their darkest, basest instincts. And now that he's done it, they're married to it, so they stand behind it. They have to keep being apologists for it. Now, if it was Barack Obama or Joe Biden, they would be telling you it's the end of the damn world, and you libtards and you woke folk are just zombies and whatnot. Even though they're the ones who got Joe Biden out of office, no election required, they weren't standing up for him and defending it like that. He was gone. And yet there's Trump. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto is the biggest video game in history. In reality, let me correct that. Grand Theft Auto is not just the biggest video game in history. Grand Theft Auto, depending on the numbers now, I'm pretty sure that Avatar has not passed it. I might be incorrect, but Grand Theft Auto is the biggest entertainment release in history. If you add up, was that Grand Theft Auto, what was the last one? Vice City? What a name. What a name. Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Well, y'all, I'm just talking about just the last one. Take a look at how much it's made. It's made what, $7 or $8 billion, something like that. Somewhere between $6 and $10 billion. That thing is the largest entertainment release in history. So if you stack up GTA 5 against any movie, any television show as a singular, any music album as a singular release, GTA 5 has made more money than any singular movie, singular album, singular episode of TV. Biggest entertainment release in history. Yeah, and no one thinks that GTA 6 is not going to at least equal it, if not surpass it. The biggest entertainment release in history, and complete with every form of degeneracy you can imagine, including X-rated scenes. What? For those of you who played it, we heard about that on the news. They got full-blown X-rated scenes in the damn thing. Okay, well, biggest game ever. All right, roll with it. Welcome to America. Welcome to America. And Donald Trump epitomizes what they look for there. And to punish him would be to punish themselves. We need to have moments like this where America takes a look at exactly what it is and has a gut check about your principles and your values, about what it is that really matters to you. And the bottom line is that when you see something like this, you're supposed to immediately jump up and say, okay, not you. This has nothing to do with him anymore. This is a testimony on you. Someone tell me, where's Franklin Graham today? I'd like to know where Franklin Graham is today. If anyone can find him. Can anyone find Franklin Graham today? Can anybody find, Pastor John Hagee today? Can anybody find any of them to find out here? By the way, hey guys, what's going on there? Would you like to tell us something about that? Anything to say there? Nothing? By the way, folks, in case you were wondering or wanted to know, here's Franklin Graham's Twitter. Y'all, here's Franklin Graham's Twitter today, 5 hours ago, 7 hours ago, 12 hours ago, 15 hours ago, 16 hours ago. Yeah. But now he had no problem posting Donald Trump yesterday. Awkward. He had no problem posting Donald Trump yesterday. Awkward. Today, Trump is making headlines all over the place. Franklin Graham ain't posting nothing. Not all of a sudden, he doesn't know Trump. He ain't got nothing to say about it. Okay. Just checking there. Just checking. And of course, nothing would be complete if you didn't go around and check on the rest of the savages and degenerates out there. There's plenty of them. They are aplenty. Don't forget that. Savages and the degenerates out there who have been backing all of this for all this time because they have to. They're backing it all this time because they have to. They don't have a choice. They don't have one. So they're going to back it because they have to do so. This is who they are. Just remember that. And it's not politics, it's propaganda. Just to remind you here, your favorite propagandist at American Pravda, Fox Noise. You take a look at them. They posted about J.D. Vance. They posted about Trump 11 hours ago. 11 hours ago, 10 hours ago. Okay, Trump had made this tweet by then. What did they're talking about Joe Biden.
Nigga, what?
They talking about Joe Biden. A man who ain't in the White House or nothing else. They're talking about Joe Biden. They're talking about Easter. What about Trump? Not a word. This is the weakness that they showed in the Iraq war. This is what they showed then. What about Trump, folks? You had plenty to say before now. What about Trump? Nothing at all. Not a word. UCLA routed South Carolina. What about Trump? Not a word. How about the MAGA morons over there? Well, take a look. Neocon Mark Levin, who, by the way, is completely irrelevant. I just wanted to go ahead and show you what the usual suspects are saying. Well, he acknowledged about Trump's post. Bernie Sanders put up a comment. 1 month after starting the war in Iran, this is the statement of the President of the United States on Easter Sunday. These are the ravings of a dangerous and mentally unbalanced individual. Congress has to act now in this war. Okay, acting now is removing him from office. Bernie the Red Sanders, now there's a raving lunatic. I'm surprised Quarlton hasn't had him on his show yet. Okay, dude, what about what Trump said, man? Okay, Bullet, what about what Trump said? What about what Trump said? Not a word. And by the way, his own comment section roasts him. These are dangerous individuals when you see things like this said and their response is, we don't give a damn how unhinged the person is, just so long as we can get our few scraps off the table. This is an American hero. This is the kind of guy they can sit around and drink a beer with and indulge in their vices with. And they'll tell you that this is the hero here. This is the role model here. Where's his female pastor to talk about this today? Where is she to talk about this today? And there will be some people who will be like, well, Jason, you helped to egg this on and you helped to cause this and you helped to bring this about. How do you feel about this, Jason, now that you see that the wheels are coming completely off the damn wagon and we are careening at highway speed toward Armageddon? My response to you is, this is good.
And deal with it, nigga.
This is good. This is good. Yank the mask off. Don't come to me with your masks anymore. Take off the sheets, whether you got it from the Klan or from Ethan Allen. I want you all to see raw white supremacy. No more masks. No more charades. No more illusions. No more code speak. Show them raw and uncut American society. I want you to see exactly what it is. I want you to smell the foul, noxious stench from thousands of miles away. I want you to smell the stomach-churning, nauseous scent that they produce. I want this. Right here. I don't want you to be able to ignore it. I don't want you to be able to overlook it. I don't want you to be able to look beyond it. I want this right here. You can't deny it anymore. And most importantly, I want everybody on the damn record. So that when we show people America at its absolute worst, we can now show them everyone who stood by it and said, yes, this is what we want. So they can't lie anymore about what they are. I told you all when Trump got elected that this was going to be great for us because the worst thing that could possibly happen to those people is that they be given power. Go back and check in 2024. You go and check my program and what I said and what I talked about. What was I telling you all then? That the worst thing that could happen to these people is getting power. That is the worst that could occur. I told you all, watch what happens if they get power. They are immediately going to begin to self-destruct because, in the words of Michael Jai White, this is what happens. Right here on your screen, this is what happens when you're not ready for power. This is what it looks like when you're not ready for it. And him and all of his sycophantic, degenerate followers, this is how you react when you're not ready for power. You see, among us, we don't have a person as the leader. We don't have a King Saul. The code is the leader. The agenda is the leader. That's what it is now. The code is the leader. So we're not afraid of seeing these kind of things. This is exactly what we wanted and what we demanded, because this is what it comes down to. We want America. You can no longer lie about the caliber and quality of individuals that you are selecting to represent you. You can't lie anymore. Now it's naked and unclothed and walking down the street, blaring on a tuba at an ungodly volume. And you can't lie that this is what you wanted. No, this is your man right here. This is your representative right here. This is America right here. Now, as you all know, I had mentioned last night that I was going to be doing a program about the 14th Amendment tonight. I was going to be doing a program about the 14th Amendment tonight. That was what was originally on the agenda. But as you all can see, things had to change, because when something like this occurs, unprecedented in American history here, and the real point is not about Trump, the real point is about how everyone is responding to it. Because this tells you about the caliber and character of the people in America. You take a look at how they respond to this. Did they acknowledge reality and think about the people around them and what was in their best interest? Or did they say, damn it, I don't give a damn how we get power? Remember the term blue dog Democrat. What does that mean? They would vote for the Democrat even if he's a blue dog. I mean, even if a blue dog were running for office, we'll vote for him long as he's a Democrat. And here come your blue elephant Republicans. We don't care if he's nutty. Give me my tax cut. Give me my preferential treatment. Who cares if everything he does after that undermines it? Here's your tax cut. Thanks. I want to keep more of my money. And here's your hyperinflation from starting this war in Iran and squeezing off the oil supply in the world, so me and my family can get a bunch of money. So here's your little tax cut. And here's a whole new world of costs and expenses. No, these people don't think that far along. They don't think that far along because all they're concerned about is the moment. They're concerned about the here and now. They don't think down the street. They don't think down the road. They don't even imagine about that. They're only concerned about what they can get. They don't even add up or calculate how it's taken from them. They don't even try. And one more again. Just a reminder here that many on this page right here, this is why I have this page here, because you have the folks who supported Trump. They've been longtime friends of Trump. They brag forever that they supported Trump and longtime friends of Trump. Yeah, these are the people who caused this. These are the folks who've been egging this on. These are the people who said that this was better than any other option. These are the folks who were cheering it and congratulating it and delivering and defending it for years on end. These are the folks doing that. Yeah, you see, some of these people are more forward thinking. Alex Jones, that $1 billion damn judgment against him, got him some complete act right, and he is fully grounded in the real world now, ain't he?
And deal with it.
Yeah, $1 billion judgment against him and took everything he got. And now he's got 10 toes down in the real world, doesn't he? And he's looking what Trump is doing now. He's got a firm grasp on liability. He sure does now. Some of that crazy stuff he was doing before, he done put that to the side. He knows how bad it can get. And he's looking at Trump. Hey, Trump, man, I got $1 billion judgment against me, bro. You heading for the same thing. You need to ease on back. But it's too late. See, here's the thing. These people think it's cute to play this game. Let me explain to you. America is corrupt. America is corrupt. Let me explain to you about the game here. I told you about this before. You see, in American society today, they think it's a good thing. Why? It's a positive. If you gain your fortune through misery and inflicting harm, your willingness to harm people for $1 and how far you're willing to go, why, that is what gets you praise and esteem in America now. How ruthless you can be. And if you can make $1 being ruthless, not just make $1, but can you make that dollar by being ruthless, utterly, soullessly, heinously ruthless, why, that makes you an American hero. Shout out HBO's Succession. Shout out Showtime's Billions. We can go down the list. When they talk about business people, that's what they glorify. From Steve Jobs to Bill Gates to Elon Musk. Why, in America, it is a resume enhancement if you can tell them that you made money with a body count. Yeah, you made your billions, but I made my billions, and here's how many people died. If you're not willing to kill a bunch of people to make $1 as far as they're concerned, you're not worthy of praise in American business. So how dirty and grimy that you're willing to be, demand to be, why, that gets you praise here. That gets you praise and adoration here. So you see, when they take a look at Trump, they think it is admirable to place someone like Trump. Yeah, we know he's crazy. Yeah, we know he's out of his mind. Yeah, we know he's not all there. Yeah, we know he's unhinged. Now watch how we do when we do this. Take a look at how far we're willing to go. Take a look at how low we're willing to go. Take a look at how low we're willing to stoop. See how great we are? We're willing to take it below the gutter. We're willing to take it below the sewer. We're willing to create a complete cesspool. Take a look at this. See, we're willing to take some crazed, whacked out lunatic and put him in the White House, and we'll defend it. Ain't that right, Pierce Morgan? Damn! Ain't that right, Pierce Morgan? And all of you goons over there on Fox News and Newsmax and all the rest of them, they thought this was great. People, they didn't just think it was funny. They thought it was great. When it was their turn, they told themselves, to be utterly ruthless and without scruples, they jumped at the opportunity to do it. And Trump is their mascot of how low they are willing to go. People, we all knew this years ago. This is not news to any of us. We knew this years ago. We knew this old bastard was unhinged years ago. Unhinged years ago. White supremacist decades ago. This isn't news to us. I'm not sitting here tonight saying, whoa, didn't see this coming. We've been known about this. But here's the problem. Through the lens of American society, here's the problem. You see, having unfettered ability to do whatever you want, that is what it means to be white. Is you got the ability to do whatever you want. Remember what Dennis Hopper said in the movie Speed? Poor people are crazy. I'm rich. We're eccentric. Yeah, you lesser people, when you do stupid stuff, oh, well, you're crazy. Us over here, oh, we're not crazy, we're eccentric. Yeah, when we do it, it's eccentricism. The rest of you out there, you're just nutty. And they celebrate this. They brag about it. This is what they really love to do here. They love this. They love, understand something, white supremacy's tenet, I've taught you all this now going on decades. White supremacy's core value, the core family value of white supremacy is the ability to mistreat others. Don't you all understand? It keeps coming back to that. White supremacy's foundation, its core principle, is grounded in the practice of mistreating and abusing and harming other people. They don't desire it without that element. You gotta be able to harm people. No, seriously harm them. That is a plus. That is a core value. That's why, remember, I told you all that you are not going to be able to get them to disown the founding fathers because you need to stop lying to yourself that the Matt Walshes and the Sean Hannitys and the Bill O'Reillys and the rest of their ilk, that they are ignorant of it. They know exactly what the founders did. They are not indifferent to it. They're proud of it. They are proud of the debauchery. They are proud of the barbarism. They're proud of the brutalism. Ben Shapiro bragged about it even though he's Israel first. He bragged about it even vicariously. Slaughtering people by the millions, why, that's considered a positive and a good as long as you're white doing it. Now, if other folk are doing it to you, well, that's wrong. If you're white doing it to everybody else, why, that's positive. But when you give stories about it happening to you, oh, that's bad. George Zimmerman murders an unarmed black teenager. This is good. O.J. Simpson is acquitted for not killing a white woman. This is bad. These are barbarians and savages, and this is the culture that they have carried with them across the millennia. They would just as soon walk up behind you because they're too cowardly to walk up in front of you because they'll get that work, but they are just as likely to walk up behind you with their caveman club and bust you across the back and take your belongings. Need I remind you all of the words of Matt Walsh? And I want you all to understand that we have documented this. They will not be allowed to leave. They will not be allowed to walk it backwards. They will have to own every word. You see, when we talked about Greenland and how Trump wants to take Greenland, you see, the smart people would have backed off of that quickly, but the white supremacist is not smart. He is greedy and cravenly and stupid. And he thinks that being a scheming and cunning makes you smart. It doesn't make you smart, and it certainly doesn't make you wise. But remember, they were bragging about that, and do you all remember what their rationale was for that? Why, sure, Trump and America should take Greenland. Why, it's legitimate to expand your grounds and expand your territories. That's a legitimate function of government. We should take Venezuela too. So taking over other people's countries, that's a legitimate function of government. Remember Matt Walsh and the rest of them trying to defend Trump? Ben Shapiro and others, remember, that was what they said. And I want to bring this to you all's attention because when we talk about that these people are no different and that they defend slavery to this day, they defend chattel slavery and the founders' barbarism to this day, with that statement right there they made about Greenland, that was it right there. There's your proof. So you believe in taking other people's lands, other people's properties, subjugating other people militarily, and you believe in it to this day. Well, you're just a slave owner then. Well, this is exactly what the founders did, and you are just as much in favor of the founders' behavior today as you would have been back then. So you can stop lying about this not being what you believe in, while you believe in it just as much today as they did then. People of their time. Well, this is the 21st century. You haven't changed. You're exactly the same. You would steal, kill, and destroy. You would take people's lands. You would colonize to this day, while you would be all in favor of it. The only thing you're not in favor of is if it happens to you. Now, if it happened to you, all of a sudden you would say that's wrong. Why, these people are savages and barbarians, and take a look at them in the south side of Chicago. But then here you are calling for the wholesale military takeover and killing of whole countries. So it seems to me the only problem you have with the south side of Chicago is they're not thinking big enough. Seems the only gripe you have with, quote, the south side of Chicago is they're not thinking big enough. Because they would never imagine doing what you white supremacists are doing. They would never imagine taking it to that magnitude. The only thing you all are griping about is that they're only going to kill one or two people. You're like, savages. Savages. Look, they only killed one or two people. Savages. And remember, that's a saying, people. Remember, that is a saying. Do you all remember that now? That's not just hyperbole. That is not just hyperbole here, y'all. If that's the one thing I want you to remember. These people believe in this, they believe in that dearly. These things that you talk about being barbarism and evil, oh, they believe in that. You take a look at how many folk quoted, what was his name, Jean Rostand. Kill one man and you're a murderer. Kill millions of men and you're a conqueror. Kill them all and you're a god. You know, this is what they aspire to. They aspire to that. They aspire to that. Why, you only kill one person, you're a monster. You kill millions? Oh, you're a king. Whoa, you killed the whole planet? Elon Musk, you're a god. Yeah, so their only gripe with you is, look at these savages. They only killed one person. They only killed one. Low lives beneath us. And this is America. This is America, and I wanted them to see the stars and stripes flying. This is America now. This is who they are. This is what they believe in. This is what we warned them about. And they thought it couldn't get worse. And we told them, oh, hell yeah, it absolutely can. And this is exactly where it's leading to. And it is my position that this is going to lead to irreparable damage to America's image around the world, America's leadership position. Donald Trump will be remembered as the president that all ended under, because after his administration, the world is going to be divided. The world is going to be united in an understanding that the United States can no longer be trusted with its leadership position, and that leadership position needs to be taken away. That America can no longer remain the world's largest military. It can no longer remain the world's largest economy. It can no longer have the leverage that it got from Bretton Woods and its conquest after World War II. That America simply cannot be trusted to be a responsible, good steward of the world's power. It can't be trusted anymore. Not even amongst its European white allies. It can't be trusted anymore. And everyone is going to start squadding up to defend themselves and protect themselves. Because here's the problem. Even if in 2028, you go and elect a president who is the complete polar opposite of Donald Trump, all they're going to remember is, well, we've seen this movie before. Yeah, you'll get somebody with some sense for 4 years, and then you'll all flip out again, and then you'll put another Trump in office. And there's no shortage of those. And that's what it's become. It's become that right there. And they're proud of it. We want to be feared. I mean, who are these damn high school prepubescent retards talking about we want to be feared around the world? See, that's their attitude about it, that if they had power, they would be bullies. You saw the tweets I was reading there before. They want to be feared. You want to be feared? What good is that? Trying to make up for some childhood trauma in your inferiority complex? Everything in white supremacy is about making up for their shortcomings and their inferiority complexes and their sexual complexes and sexual inferiority complexes. And okay, well, you can't really practice any masculinity. Let me go blow something up and call that masculinity. Let me do that instead. They want to be feared because you can't be respected. You don't have what it takes to be respected, so you want to be feared instead. And people are afraid of you, all right, just not the afraid of you that you were hoping for. You were hoping that they would be afraid and they would bow down. Instead, they are afraid and they're squadding up. White supremacists don't think. They literally I told you all for years now, they tell themselves that the world is just waiting for them to put a saddle on everybody's back and take over. That the world really wants white supremacy. That's what they tell themselves. And they're going to keep going until there's nothing left. And now they're well on their way. However, you might disagree. Therefore, we're going to go ahead and pin the link to the Zoom here on the chat room. You all are more than welcome to go ahead and give us a call here tonight as we are discussing Donald Trump officially goes crazy, officially comes unhinged in front of the world in a profanity-laden diatribe that will not be forgotten and will scar America's image. You will not be walking this one backwards. You're going to have to hold this L and sit with it. In the meantime, I want to thank everyone who has contributed to support tonight's program on PayPal, Super Chat, Venmo. Shout out here to Keenan. Thank you very much for your support tonight, Keenan. We appreciate that. To Karen. Thank you very much for your support here as well. To G, Tom Slick, Will Addison, Immigrant B1, Ms. KC96, Rosalind Peterson, Chemical Melody, Son, everybody else here, thank you very much for your support here as well. We appreciate that also. We're going to take a very brief non-commercial break here, folks. When we come back, we'll see about taking some of your calls and more. This is the Black Channel.
Be the teacher, knowledge on the block. Got the kids learning, minds open like a lock. Books and skills from the east to the west. Bringing education, yeah, we're simply the best. Classes on fire, brains burning with desire. Innovation driving like a tire through the mire. Math, science, history, we got the whole range. Kids hitting new heights, teachers making a change. Used to be the teacher, stacking up the grades. Future bright shining, no need for no shades. Got the youth thriving, moving up the ladder. Smart and sharp, brains growing fatter. Lessons so lit, yeah, they stay in a blaze. Every mind sharp like a sword in the haze. Mr. B in the house breaking knowledge chains. Education kingpin, we ripping the games. Listen, be the teacher.
Order yours today to experience all the benefits of Ash Kickin' Body Butter. With skin so smooth and soft, you'll thank us for it. Shop Ash Kickin' online. That's ASHKICKIN.com.
Hi, Hi, this is Brenda Starr, creator of Poetry with a Purpose and author of the book Pressed But Not Crushed. Pressed But Not Crushed is an anthology of political poems that address current and historical issues in American descendants of slave population and African American population. The book describes slaveries and its residuals, Jim Crow segregation, social depredation, and other relevant issues to American descendants of slaves and African Americans, including the current political climate that does not address our issues.
This is the Black Channel. I am your host, your brother, your humble servant, the Black Authority. Very glad to be with you all here this evening, as we are discussing the unhinging of Donald Trump officially here in front of the world. He has come unglued. He has come unhinged officially, and sit back to watch all the folks who try to explain this away. Sit back and watch all the people who try to tell you, oh, this is all right, and this is legit, and this is okay, and this is normal, and this ain't no problem. All the folks who are saying this now, just understand they're going to be wishing they could walk this back. Let me explain something to y'all. Let me remind you all of one thing. Like him or not, and you all already know where I stand on him. If Barack Obama had put this tweet out, could you imagine what Fox News would be saying? What Newsmax would be saying? Folks, can you imagine what Daily Wire would be saying if Barack Obama had put out a tweet like this? Why, they would be saying that, you know, all they're doing at the White House is chugging 40s and playing gangster rap music. That's all they're doing there. This is what's become of America. These are the people running the country now. What? They wouldn't be saying, oh, man, that's nothing to it. He needs to stand up to the world. They wouldn't be saying that. If Barack Obama put out this tweet, he would have zero defenders in MAGA, zero defenders on Fox News. They would all be condemning him. Bill O'Reilly would do a special program. All the right-wing racists would all do special programs declaring that Barack Obama is unfit to be in office and must be removed. Even if you have to just walk in and arrest him. Don't worry about Congress. We can't wait on Congress. You just walk in there and get him out of there. Like January 6th, just walk in there and get him out of there. Why, they would have breaking news and wall-to-wall coverage. That's what they would be doing. They'd be doing that. You all think about that for a few moments. If that was Fox News, if that was Barack Obama, if that was any of you, would they be saying, oh, ho, hum, nothing to it? Would they be in the comment section defending you? Would they be? Where's the consistency here? Would they be telling everybody to shut up and this is exercising American power and we should all be for that? Would they be doing that? Would they be in the comments saying that this is behavior becoming of a president of the United States? Or would they be telling you all that this is what happens when you elect niggers and unworthy of being in the office of the president of the United States, where Reagan did not take off his coat, allegedly? Lie. The same people there who will try to lecture you about the sanctity of the American presidency and how prestigious it is, and you have to represent the American people, they take a look at this, and if Barack Obama did this, why, they would be demanding his removal immediately. They wouldn't even want to discuss it. They would be demanding immediately. Why is it we need to hold impeachment hearings tonight? Wake up your congressman and your senator. Tell them they got to get to the Capitol building. We're going to have impeachment hearings tonight. It cannot wait till morning. We got to do this now. That's where they would be. See, we ask the questions here that nobody else asks, which means we get down to the nitty-gritty of it. We get to the heart of the matter of it real quick. The question I just asked, tell me, would Matt Walsh defend it? Would Steven Crowder defend it? Would any of these right wings, white supremacists defend it? Would any of them, any Republicans, the TV networks, would any of them be defending Barack Obama putting this up and saying, oh, well, no biggie here. What's the big deal? No biggie here. You've gotten to a point now where I can't even report on American politics without it being labeled adults only. The subject matter is so damn degenerate and gutter and grimy. Day after day. However, this is an accurate reflection of America, the land of OnlyFans and YouPorn. This is an accurate reflection of America. Let me go ahead and jump over here on Zoom right quick. Let me see if I can get Morpheus up here on Zoom. All right, Morpheus, what's on your mind?
Hey, what's going on, Jason? How you doing? Great broadcast. Yeah, I agree with everything you said. There's only two things. Yeah, he's definitely going crazy. That's outrageous. But I also want to play devil's advocate here. What if he's doing this on purpose? And why I'm saying this is because obvious Israel has some dirt on him to do this war because he wasn't pushing it in his first election like that. Hello?
Okay, was that your question?
No. I'm just saying, what if they have some dirt on him, like I guess with the rest of the Epstein stuff, and he's purposely trying to get himself impeached? Because this just does not make any sense.
No, Trump is not trying to get himself impeached. No, folks, I mean, I understand. In the internet age, I understand. This is something I have to fight against all the time. I get it. In the internet age, so many of y'all are accustomed to things being hoaxes, publicity stunts. You know, so a lot of you, way before we had issues with AI, you all are questioning, well, what's real and what isn't? And I'm just telling y'all, publicity stunts are very, very few and far between, and they're also very obvious. Publicity stunts are not hard to decipher. It doesn't take, detectives and forensic scientists and computer analysis to identify a publicity stunt. Publicity stunts and gimmicks are things that can be done and rolled backwards. That's the definition of a gimmick. A gimmick is something that can be rolled out and then rolled backwards without actually changing anything. Brother, you can't do this right here on this screen and roll that backwards. You can't do that. You can't go blow up Iran and screw up the Strait of Hormuz and roll that backwards. You can't do it. So no, this is not a gimmick. This is not a publicity stunt. This is an unhinged individual who was chosen and selected because the people behind the scenes have become so greedy and they have become so overt in what they want. They're just like, damn it, screw it. Put a damn sock puppet in that seat so we can go ahead and smash and grab and get what we're going to get. This is where we are today, literally. And we've been here before. You have had governors in America that were mentally incapacitated and their wives had to take over for them. President Woodrow Wilson had a stroke in office and was obviously incapacitated. And between his wife and the rest of his cabinet, they held his administration together with bubblegum and baling wire until it was over. But Woodrow Wilson was already gone. A sitting president of the United States, and he was gone. FDR, same thing. We're not far from the only ones. Ronald Wilson Reagan. Well, we knew that there were issues with Reagan's mental mindset when he came into office. And what do you know? 10 years after he's out of office, then they say he's got Alzheimer's. No, you had that in office. You were already in decline in office. We knew it then. So Trump is just the latest in a long, sad parade of political puppets that have been tossed in that chair, and the folks who paid and financed them to get there, like, all right, now we got our man there. They don't necessarily need to have things, quote, in their favor. They just need to have nobody to stop them. Let me just break the law and nobody stop me. Case in point, most of your corporations operate by breaking the law every single day, and I mean breaking the law. They have settlements and the whole damn 9 yards. They operate by breaking the law, and what they do is they run it by their legal department. They only want to determine what is criminal, but as far as breaking the civil law, they think absolutely nothing of that. Take a look at Elon Musk. That's his business model. You and I have covered this before, brother. Take a look at Uber. How many laws did they break simply operating? Hell, how many are they breaking today? Because truth be told, Uber is still not a legal entity. What? Damn! I mean, let's be very, very clear. The taxi cab laws in your city have not been repealed. Uber is operating in direct contravention of the taxi cab laws in your city, and they're letting them be there. Now, you get your black ass out there and try to start Blackbird and see what happens to you. You see what happens if you try to operate Black Uber the way that Uber is operating. You'll be in jail. That won't be civil. They will come and get you.
So on another note, you made a good point about the people behind him. Do you think that I talked to you about? I don't know if you remember. I talked to you about this about the petrodollar. Do you also think they were going to Israel trying to get as much oil? I'm not Israel, Iran for the oil so they can isolate China. I mean, it's making Russia's oil prices good for them. They're making a lot of money, Russia, because oil on the market is so high.
Well, I mean, not just that, because Russia's being allowed to go and get oil, is being allowed to do business. So, I mean, and Trump is giving them an exemption to do that. So, look, there is no the petrodollar. Petrodollar is just a label that is put with the agreement with Saudi Arabia and the Middle East and whatnot to do business in dollars. However, they've been trading in yuan and rubles now for decades. So this is a big misnomer that you can only do business in American dollars for oil. The American dollar has gotten preferential treatment, but do not be deceived. No, they've been able to do business outside of the dollar with rubles and yuan now for decades and other currencies. It's just the U.S. one is preferred. However, what were the conditions of that preferential treatment? Well, first and foremost, we covered this 25 years. I'm sorry, going on 40 years ago now at this point, with Iran or with the Iraq War number 1, 1991. That was the deal. That was the agreement. That if anybody messes with us over here on the Arab side of the game, America's going to send in its military. So we don't have to have our own large military. America will take care of defending us. You get preferential treatment for the oil, and in return, you are our military. So when Osama bin Laden told the Saudis, hey, over there in Kuwait, let me go take care of that. I'll take care of Saddam Hussein. And they said, oh, don't worry about that. We have the world's largest, most advanced mercenary army on its way. The U.S. military. They'll be taking care of it. Why do we need a ragtag group of mujahideen? We have the largest, most sophisticated, technologically advanced military on the planet on its way. And that's exactly what happened. How long did it take for them to send Saddam Hussein packing? Okay, as far as Kuwait and the Saudis were concerned, that was exactly what we've been paying for, right there. We don't have to maintain the military. Y'all take care of it. Then we left the base over there, and they're like, okay, ain't nobody coming back. Not only did we kick you out, now there ain't nobody coming back. And Iran just showed them, hold my beer. I'm so glad you got them American military bases over there. Now we know exactly what to hit.
So if we retreat from Iran, will the Saudis still mess with us because we showed we can't protect them because they attacked Saudi Arabia?
That's the whole point. Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Dubai, UAE, everybody over there is like, damn, America can't protect you like that. They really can't. The Strait of Hormuz, America can't keep it open. You said that if you started this damn war, that you would be able to keep that strait open. And you showed overnight you can't keep it open. Largest, most technologically advanced military in the world, my ass. You can't keep the Strait of Hormuz open. And you claimed you could. You assured us that. And they showed you to be a liar in a week. They shut it down and you aren't able to reopen it. Your aircraft carriers and your Osprey helicopters and all your B-2 bombers and all this stuff, and you can't keep 13 miles open.
Some other countries are almost running out of oil. What do you see about that?
Dude, it's a wrap. Iran is like, listen, this is an existential threat to Iran. You already did this bullcrap last June. And now they're just like, you know what? Since you all have made it very clear, you're not gonna stop it. Since you're not gonna stop this, we are going to inflict maximum damage on everybody. America's weapon was to attack Iran. Iran's weapon is not to attack America. Iran's weapon is to attack the world economy. That's their target. So for the United Arab Emirates, okay, y'all been making big money with all these Instagram booty models and everybody coming over to Dubai, and you was talking about how things gonna be lit and all this stuff right here. Let me drop this bomb on your airport right quick. All the booty models are running from the airport. We dropped a few bombs over there. Let me blow up this hotel over here. Oh, the Burj Khalifa. That's a big ass target right there. I bet you I can hit that from my house. Yeah, how safe do you feel now in Dubai? How safe you feel now that the airport can't take off? How safe you feeling now? Dude, that's a direct drag on the economy right there. And what that's them telling everybody else, y'all were a part of this. Please understand that. The reason they're hitting everybody else because y'all's in on it. Saudi Arabia, okay, y'all are Sunni Muslims. You don't bang with a Shia Muslim over here. Oh, you gonna help the infidels? All right, hold this bomb right quick. Hold this. As a matter of fact, let me say about 100 more. And that's why they're hitting everybody else. Like, okay, all of y'all gonna gang up on us? It's like, all right. So in other words, they have absolutely no reason whatsoever not to go after everybody and hit all the damn targets and make a mess of everything, because America's fighting for $1. Iran's fighting for its life. Now, you know how that goes in the laws of the jungle. They're going to pull out all the stops. There's nothing they're not going to do because this is a fight for their existence.
Yeah, their drones are very sophisticated. It's very cheap to make. But check out what they did. They made a toll over there by the Hormuz, but you have to pay. Was that yuan? The Chinese.
Well, I mean, their whole thing is that nothing moving through here is coming through here in dollars. So there's the real thing about it. It's not so much about the yuan. It's just, hey, ain't nothing coming through here in dollars. Yeah, if you got dollars on it, yeah, and not you. No. But yeah, I mean, what they're showing you is how quickly they could shut that down. But remember, the whole point about last June was that they assured everybody, Trump and Israel assured everybody that Iran would not close the Strait of Hormuz. Because the rest of the world was like, now, hey, if you do this, what about the Strait of Hormuz? Because the rest of us got to eat. Oh, don't worry, it'll be fine. And Israel doesn't care because Israel is on a mission to try to take over the Middle East. So as far as they're concerned, okay, we live over here, so that's fine for us. And America got our backs because America subsidizes us. Okay, well, Japan can't say the same thing. India can't say the same thing. Pakistan can't say the same thing. South Asia can't say the same thing. So the rest of them are like, hey, wait a minute, this don't work for us. We're not protected. And so that's going to put pressure on everybody else. Iran is not putting pressure on America. It's putting pressure on everybody else, and they're going to put pressure on America.
And Japan is very vulnerable, especially I think Trump said something very mean to I think it was the prime minister. I can't remember. And plus, I think they hold the most bonds for America, right? If not the second most holding the bonds for us. No,
that would probably be China, actually. But here's the real thing about it, though, is regardless of any of that, you need folk for certain things. And if your actions are putting the squeeze on them, they have to be accountable to their people. Japan's government is accountable to the Japanese citizens, not whoever in the hell bankrolling Trump. They're not accountable to America. And if Japan citizens are like, hey, what y'all gonna do about the rising gas prices and whatnot? The only topic of discussion with America gonna be, hey, y'all need to quit the bull jive. Now you multiply that by everybody else. That the only thing they want to talk about is how this is out of control, and you've obviously lost the plot. That's the issue right there. That's the issue.
Yeah. What one last thing, I'll let you go. I think he's going to get impeached. When I saw what happened on APAC and all of them were wanting him to be impeached, I mean, that's APAC saying to impeach him. That was so embarrassing. So, yeah, he already lost his base.
And look, that Israel lobby is only concerned about Israel. And as long as you say you stomping for Israel, they'll turn a dime. It doesn't matter what they say today. You can wipe all that out by telling them what you're going to do for Israel. And immediately all's forgiven. So everything for them is about applying pressure to get more benefits for Israel. So you can't take any of that seriously. And I talked about that before. Remember, Trump gets reelected and there's Elon Musk talking about that right-wing party over there in Germany. And the Jews didn't like it. Remember, Elon put up them memes talking about, making jokes about being Jewish. And I showed y'all that. Go back through my archive. You can go see that. He made those jokes about being Jewish. And you saw them Jewish organizations and the ADL. They weren't condemning him. They had a bunch of Jews jumping on them, calling out Ben Shapiro. Hey, Ben. Hey, bro. Well, you gonna let us diss us like this? Well, I mean, Elon, that's just improper to do that. It's improper to make jokes about being Jewish. It's a long, painful history. They didn't come at him with that damn hard energy. Not at all. Well, yeah, because he's sitting up there in the White House. So that's the game they're playing. That right there. And that's how easily they'll fold. But do not mistake that they have some higher morals or scruples. Right now, you have a number of people simply scrambling to smash and grab as much stuff as they can around the world right now. That's what's going on. Even if it bankrupts them.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for giving us a call tonight. Somebody said draft coming soon here. Well, no, not really. However, if you really want to see things go, if you want to see the Republican Party go into anarchy and meltdown, you let somebody start seriously floating the idea of a draft. You let them start seriously floating that idea. I mean, just floating it, not actually doing it, not actually implementing it, not even actually causing it. You let them start floating that idea of a draft. Yeah, I mean, they raised this is the scary thing about it, is raising the enlistment ages and whatnot. And yeah, we know what this is going to, okay, that's never a good thing. That's never a good thing. All of a sudden, we want to raise I thought getting in Pete Hegseth, you got a great military and all the numbers are where they need to be. No, in the chat room, being Rose, what they do is, put in stop loss. We've been through this. Those of us who've been watching this, we've been watching now about 2 times now. They put in what they call stop loss in the military, which means you can't get out. Everybody who's in can't get out. All the chicks on Instagram popping their boo thing. And they're going to try to see if they can figure out how to get pregnant real quick. That's not going to work neither. But the first thing they'll do is more go for like stop loss or something like that. Because to even suggest a draft would be political suicide. That would be the first party that says that, oh, that's it. It's a wrap. It's over for you. You are done. You're done. So, no, I don't see any draft coming. You have enough people in the military already. Because, look, they signed up a bunch of folks now. They got enough people in the military to take care of it. A bunch of them just didn't think they would actually be going. They just didn't think they'd be going. And they already get too many benefits, by the way. The military is so wasteful. I mean, in the military, man, you get lifelong disability. That's the biggest damn scam. You got disability because you can't be a paratrooper anymore. I know so many people who've been in the military. They are personal fitness trainers, weightlifters, every damn thing else, getting disability.
Nigga, what?
Don't get me started on that, but no, they already get enough benefits. That disability scam, that whole damn disability scam. Yeah, some folks in here don't know about that. I mean, I'm talking about they're in their 20s, get lifelong disability, got lawyers who'll help you with that. Lifelong disability. You've been in the military for 3 years, and then you get discharged on the disability and get paid for the rest of your life. Never went to war, never fought anything. In your 22, 23 years old, and gonna get lifelong disability. And you all think, well, did they break a leg? They lose a leg? They lose an arm? Well, no. If you cannot perform your duty in the military, so if you're certified to be a paratrooper, but paratrooping messed up your back, you're otherwise functional, but not enough to get dropped out of an airplane. Oh, well, if you can't do your military duties, you get lifelong disability because you can't get dropped out of a plane anymore. And then they go become personal fitness trainers and do MMA and PTSD. And it's like, wait a minute, PTSD and ain't never been to war. He talking about PTSD and ain't never been to war. What were you traumatized by? Chow Hall?
Nigga, please.
So come on now, let's quit the bull jive. If I see somebody in a damn wheelchair, okay, he needs disability. These are chicks on damn me TikTok dancing around with their babies talking about they getting lifelong disability. Got both arms, both legs, and she is whomping that twerker and getting lifelong disability. And by the way, and then they go off and go get a job.
Nigga, what?
By the way, y'all, most of the people on military, quote, disability, they got a job. So yeah, they're getting lifelong disability from the military and then holding a full-time job and getting paid for both, man. So she is a disabled vet at the strip club, swinging on the pole, getting lifelong disability, and she got a day job.
Oh, please.
Oh, yeah. Don't even get me started on with it. If they go the whole full circuit, let me get my VA loans, my retirement, sign me up for disability, and I got a job. It's a racket, man. For those of you in the civilian world, you don't know how bad they getting over, man. It's a racket. It really, really is. So you want to talk about waste, fraud, and abuse? Elon needed to be over there. He needed to be over there just following folk around. All right, we got James here on Zoom. James, what's on your mind? Unmute yourself, James. Lower left-hand corner. James, you are messing up the program here tonight. Lower left-hand corner, last try. Little microphone icon. If you press it, you got to unmute yourself.
Okay. I got it. I had to get it to register.
All right, what's on your mind?
Sir. Can you hear me? I definitely have a question concerning the military aspect of the draft for our children. But firstly, I'd like to thank you for the remembrance that you gave for Bob Law yesterday. I used to call his talk show when I was in my teens, my late teens. And I used to talk with him. I used to learn from him. Sometimes I didn't want to learn from him, but he bared with me because he was one of the most intelligent, one of the most influential persons in my life because he taught me things that I carry to this day because I followed his advice. I was fortunate enough to speak with Stevie Wonder through his talk show. And we talking 40 years ago. But he was so influential. He had so many people. He cared about the people. And he fed us. He fed us a great deal of information. And I can really understand and see where you're getting it from, bro, because you are in that same vein of excellence. And I really, really appreciate you a whole lot more, because I did not know he passed, but he was a great person. And like I said, I thank you for being the next wave, being a part of the next wave of the individuals that we need.
Well, I'll try to do my best about it. Like I say, Bob Law was a fantastic example. We were very blessed to have someone like that, and that's exactly what we needed. Thank you very much for giving us a call tonight, brother. We appreciate that. Yeah, man, when things get real, this is exactly what you need to have here. This is exactly what it needs to be when things get real. You're damn right. America can't get away from it. It is constant crisis. It is constant anarchy. This is not entertainment, people. Please understand, this is not entertainment. The other countries around the world don't consider this to be entertaining. They don't consider this to be funny. Other countries and all around the world talking about, oh, ho hum, Trump is just wilding out again. No, there's nobody around the damn world who thinks this is funny. They don't think this is entertaining. They don't think this is a gag. Go over there to Russia and see if they think this is a gag. Go over there to Europe and see if they think that America is just the crazy cousin anymore, or the funny, humorous, crazy cousin anymore. You go to some of these other countries and see if that's how they feel. You try going around South America right now with your American flag t-shirt on. We'll see how that goes. See, I was a child raised in the 80s. Back then, what the comedians say, don't shoot me. You need to have a t-shirt that says, don't shoot me, I'm Canadian. You go out there right now and see if anybody else thinks this is funny, or that this is entertainment, or if, Trump is just, so entertaining while they're sitting up here in India right now rationing oil because they use it for cooking. I don't mean cooking in the skillet. I mean cooking it for energy. You go to some of these places that need this stuff like that. This isn't funny for them. You got whole countries out there right now rationing oil because they don't have a fallback position. America's got large oil companies. America's got oil shale. America's got natural gas all over the place. A bunch of these other countries out there like, hey, man, we ain't holding like that. We ain't got it like that. We can't just sit up here and be like, oh, well, turn on the natural gas. They ain't got it like that. So this is not just putting the squeeze on Iran or the squeeze on China. This is putting the squeeze on everybody. And by the way, it's putting the squeeze right here. People, in case you didn't notice, it's putting the squeeze right here. Okay, gasoline prices, that's the low-hanging fruit. Nigga, have you checked the prices at the damn grocery store? Now, a little bit about me. I don't like to talk about me, but I when I buy groceries and whatnot, I buy extra lean ground beef. Some of y'all heard me talk about this before here, the inflation and stuff. I buy extra lean ground beef. In the last 2 years, I have watched as the prices have gone from $13 to $15 to $17. The last 2-pound package of extra lean ground beef I just picked up was $20.
Nigga, what?
$20. I had to go down the damn aisle and get the $15 for the ground turkey. Because I'm like, okay, the ground beef has become like a damn Chanel bag. I mean, just right there, Walmart Market. I'm not going to Whole Foods, nothing. Right there, Walmart Market. Okay, you can't get no cheaper than that. I'm like, I'll be damned. Y'all might as well start selling the ground beef at the Fendi store. $20? I mean, we didn't even ease into it. Just every week you go back, it's like the gas prices. Every week you go back, it's done eased up another dime. You go back a month later, okay, we halfway to $1. I'm about halfway to getting one of them damn processing machines and just buy the damn beef off the okay, let me get the beef and just process it my damn self. Let me do that. Because that's all the man is doing back there with the ground beef. Let me get the machine and let me ground it up myself. I'm trying to save $1 here because you all just made it more cost effective to get the damn machine. Let me do it myself. Yeah, y'all, you think it's rough now? You wait till some of y'all try to throw something on the grill this July. You are in for sticker shock. When you start to go see what some of them beef prices are going to be, some of them rib prices, okay, some of y'all are in for some sticker shock this summer. It's going to be a whole bunch of niggas putting sausage and turkey on the damn, assuming you can still afford it. Assuming you can still afford it. It's going to be a bunch of baloney eating niggas this summer because I'm just telling y'all right now, the beef is out of this damn world. Pork next. Beef is out of this damn world. The pork is next. And it's not just that. Have you seen the produce? I bought some grapes. It was damn near what? $3 a pound? $4 a pound? I mean, just crazy. Oh, man. It was just, everything is moving up, man. Everything. Yeah, it's about to be a damn vegan 4th of July.
What? Damn!
It's going to be a bunch of veganism this 4th of July. Nigga, I don't know why you brought that grill out. You can't fire it up for nothing. You're going to put that on your credit card. Yeah, you're going to have to go ahead and, payday loan that one this 4th of July. Oh, no. So, yeah, y'all, it moves up the prices of every damn thing. It isn't just one thing here. So, y'all need to go check your prices lately. Your eggs is moving up. Your beef is moved up. Your chicken is moved up. You want to go eat at the restaurant? Your restaurant prices there have moved up. So you're looking at other countries and whatnot, and I'm like, hey, man, and we just started. We just started. Okay, I want y'all to ask yourselves a question. What do you think Iran wants our prices to be here in America?
Damn!
You all think about that for a few moments. What do you all think Iran wants the prices to be here in America? Do you think Iran wants our gas prices to be $3 a gallon or $4 a gallon? How much do you all think Iran wants the price of gas to be in America? How much do you think Iran wants the price of beef to be in America? Nigga, $10 a gallon, try $400 a gallon. If Iran could control the damn price at the pump here in America like they want to, it wouldn't be no $10 a. We just blew up a damn school with 175 girls. We just killed the supreme leader and the whole damn cabinet and came back for seconds. We just blew up a school with 175 girls. What do you think they want our gas prices to be after you do something like that? They like, damn all of y'all here. Y'all gonna be hot-footing it everywhere you go. Ain't gonna be no gas. If they had their way, we'd be crawling on our bellies everywhere we go. Damn walking. So you think after you do something like that, that they just like, well, $10 a gallon to get you straight. They're like, man, damn that. Here, hold this $400 a gallon. You pull up to the damn gas station. I hope you brought your 401k, nigga, for today's fill up. It's going to look like a down payment for a mortgage. Hell yeah, you killed a whole school of our girls over here. Oh damn, we will bring the industrial age to a close. That's what they're on. That's what they're doing. If they had their druthers right now, they'd have every damn body in America paying for their groceries with Klarna. Damn! I ain't joking. I mean, bread lines, soup lines, the whole damn 1929 depression times 3. That's what they're on right now. That's where they wanted to go because they understand they can't fight America toe to toe, bomb to bomb. It's like, okay, let me hit you in them pockets right quick, player. Let me go ahead and hook you in these pockets right quick. I might not have more stealth bombers than you, but I can run up this damn scoreboard on you. Here, let me help you go into a recession this year right quick. Let me help you with that. Oh, you're building out these AI data centers? Oh, but do you know how much oil and petroleum those need? Yeah, let me help you get you in depression right quick. Let me help get you in depression. Okay, you're going to blow up the school. Let me blow up your whole damn economy for you. Let me get that going. This is where we at today. So for those of you who think it's going to be quick and easy, I'm like, okay, go take a look at that damn school that America blew up with a Tomahawk cruise missile. And you tell me how eager they are to have a cessation of hostilities. Trump talking about we were talking to them. Remember, all last week, we've been talking to Iran. It's been good discussions. I think we're going to have a deal coming up this weekend. What did Iran tell the whole damn last week? Trump must be in the closet talking to his damn self again. He's talking to his voices because we're not answering the phone for them. Remember? Trump was talking about he'd been talking to Iran, and Iran said, yeah, he ain't talking to us because we're not taking anybody's calls. The beef is on. You want to talk with your bullets and your bombs? Game on. It's up. The beef is on. We ain't taking no phone calls. You jumped us last year. Now y'all came back and double jumped us this year. The beef is on. Ain't nothing to talk about no more. Okay, Trump said they were talking. This weekend, what's he saying? Man, you better open this damn straight. Okay, so who was lying last week? Iran or Trump? Y'all know this right now. This is like the nigga be sitting at the old girl house. Y'all drove by at 7 p.m. Hey, he's out there. Hey, baby. Hey, bro. Didn't you know girl break up last week? Oh, man, no. Did she put you out? No, man, she didn't. She going, hey, baby. Hey, baby, I'm out here. Up and down for me. No. Hey, look, bro, she just texted me. She just texted me that she in the shower right now. So I'm waiting for her to get out the shower. When she get out the shower, she gonna come unlock the door for me. So, all right, bro, we'll be back in a little bit. Check on you. You come back at 8:30. That nigga still outside. Hey, bro, I thought she's still in the shower. So, she's still getting dressed, bro. Hey, baby. Hey. Okay, dude, you come back by 2 in the damn morning. He's still standing outside. Now he done lost his cool. Help me if you open this damn door. I ain't bull jiving. Open this damn thing. Trump has made it to that stage. Trump is at that stage of the relationship now. He's at that stage. Hey, you better open this damn door. Yeah, he about to go Ike Turner. That's where Trump is at now. All that faking and fronting before. Oh, she been texting me. You know we going back and forth, but she talking to me. Now it's getting cold out there. The mosquitoes eating your ass up. It's getting cold and the mosquitoes are eating up on you here. Now it's okay. Things done got real. Now you take a look at it. This is the stage of the relationship that Trump is in today. You better open this damn door or else. This is where he's at. Y'all have all seen that nigga. Or that female, by the way. What? Let me not just put this on the men, because there's some chicks who do that, but I'll let the fellas hold this L tonight. But Yeah, y'all have seen this before. He's acting like everything all right. He's been standing out there for 4 hours. He banging on the doors, he banging on the window, he banging on the roof, swearing up and down she's responding. Okay, y'all like, okay, but it's been about midnight. Don't take nobody that damn long to unlock a door. So I think he's bullshiving. Okay, now you better open this damn thing. Okay. Now, folks, one other thing. Please tell me when this has ever worked. To everyone who has been in this position right here, give me the door emoji in the chat room. You know when, oh, girl didn't like something you said. Jason, you dry snitching on yourself. Oh, girl didn't like something you said or whatever. She's done drove all the way over to your house. She's knocking on the door. She's talking. She's threatening you. Open this door. I'm going to whoop your ass. And you're like, wait a minute. If I open the door, do you promise not to swing on me? And she says, no. It's like, damn! Yeah, she's like, open this door. And you're like, okay, I'll open it if you promise not to swing on me. She's like, nope. You're not going to promise not to swing on me? Nope. And you think I'm still going to open the door? So you think I'm still going to open it? Y'all didn't have that. Hey, open this damn door. I ain't bulljiving. Open it. Okay, are you going to calm down if I open the door? No. You still think I'm going to open it? You sitting out here wilding out, you threatening me. Imagine this here, if I told y'all in the chat room, B and Rose, open this effing door. You crazy hoe, or you gonna be living in hell. You just watch. Alaikum. If a nigga outside your door talking like that, would you open the door? My man B1 Media is a lifesaver. You sitting in the house, old girl, like, open this damn door. Open this door. I'm gonna whoop your ass, nigga. You crazy bastard. You'll be living in hell. Just watch. Praise be to God. Praise be. Bless his name. Would you still open the door with somebody outside, with the old girl outside your door talking like that? Would you be like, oh, okay, well, she getting really heated. Let me open the door so she'll calm down. She'll calm down. Let me open the door so I can help her calm. Man, you better buy an extra padlock. Matter of fact, you take up your masonry skills. You need to be bricking up this doorway on the inside. You got somebody outside your door talking about open the door or else you'll be living in. Open the door or you'll be lit. Open the door, you crazy bastard, or you'll be living in hell. I mean, who teaches these people? Like, this is something you're going to respond to as well. I wasn't going to open the door when you bombed me, and I wasn't going to open the door when you threatened my bridges, but when you said, open the effing straight, you crazy bastard, or you'll be living in hell, I said, well, you know, all right, it sounds like you're easing up some. Somebody, please, if you don't think this man is crazy, please tell me who in the hell thinks this is good diplomacy. Can you all imagine the diplomats over there in Iran right now? They probably got them talked down just a little bit. They're like, okay, we're trying to bring the temperature down 1 degree, man. If we can get 1 degree down, that's progress. Right after they get it down 1 degree, here comes Trump. Open the effing straight, you crazy bastards. Well, there goes the diplomacy. There goes that. Yeah, you all know damn well if this was your house with somebody outside your door, there's no way in the hell you would sit up here and hear this and then, well, let me open the door for him. No. You're gonna be like, okay, oh, the beef is all the way on. This nigga done wilded out. It's like, yeah, he's threatening us even more. Okay. Yeah, not only am I not opening the door, let me get some more drones. I don't think I got enough drones. Let me go ahead and see if I can call up China right quick. Yeah, let me call Xi Jinping and, yeah, bro, I need some more drones. I need some more bombs. I need some landmines. How many you need? How many you got? Did you see what he just said on Twitter? Did you read what Trump just said on Twitter? Yeah, how many bombs I need? How many bombs you got? Whatever you got, send it. Just charging on my card here because He said we're gonna be living in hell. And it's Easter Sunday. He talking about praise be to Allah. Don't you see how crazy he is? Send me everything you got. I need that DJI drone. I need all of them. Just send me any drone you got. Go to Best Buy, Walmart, just gather them all up. I'll figure out a way to put a grenade on it. This is where they at. Y'all know full well if somebody was treating you like this, that's how you'd be responding. All right, let me go ahead and jump over here on the Zoom right quick. iPhone, what's your name, brother?
Marquis.
Okay, turn your speakers off, sir.
Yeah, I got you.
All right, what's your name?
Marquis.
Okay, Marquis, what's on your mind?
Not much. I was just piggybacking on what you had said about the military and their benefits. I'm here in Oceanside, in California, right there, Camp Pendleton. And so I appreciate, as a barber, they have to get their hair cut mandatory once a week. And I appreciate their service. I'm not knocking them. But I do have a handful. I got a coworker that's a barber that works here with me. And he did 8 years in the Navy as a dental assistant. And right now he's taking an auto mechanic course at one of the local colleges here. And he's actually getting around a little under or a little above $4,000 a month as a veteran just to sit in the class. So if you're a regular student, you go to class like you're supposed to through the day, 4 days a week, 4 or 5 days. But if you're a veteran, you also have to sit about 4 hours mandatory. Just sit in this class for veterans, just veterans, in order to benefit and get that extra $4,000 a month. So I was just piggybacking on what you said as far as the benefits that they receive is unbelievable. I had a sister that was also in the Army as a chaplain. And she, like you said, can work, run, got a couple jobs, and she's at 100% disability. Again, I am not knocking what they do for this country, but it is amazing.
Brother, I can show you people who are fitness models. I can show you people who are personal trainers, fitness trainers, dancers. I can show you folk who can run marathons. Do you hear me? Yeah. I know folk who run marathons. This nigga on 100% disability and don't run by me. I'm like, okay, really?
You're exactly right. You're exactly right. And like I said, I do not knock them, but the little bullshit with this white supremacy shit that Pete Keg, like a keg of beer, Pete Keg set is doing, not giving them their promotions and everything. It's not merit-based, no matter how you look at it,
If they need more people for the war, I know exactly where to find them. I'm coming to Fort Hood. I'm coming to Pendleton. All these niggas on disability over here, let me round them up right quick and put them on the bus. Because y'all need to earn this little $103 they giving y'all the bull jive out here.
Yeah, and they making it. Thank you, man. I just wanted to chime in. Appreciate and love what you're doing, bro.
Thank you very much for giving us a call. Now, them barbers will tell you, boy, them niggas be sitting there and whatnot. They keep the damn Dodge dealership employed. They keep the Dodge dealership rolling. Y'all want to know how Dodge and Stellantis are still in business? All these military folk on disability. First thing, when they get that disability check, and that guaranteed straight to the Dodge dealership. Why? Where's that Hellcat I always been wanting? I mean, this nigga ain't walking. He's walking. He's jumping. He's doing backflips. And I'm like, okay, you're disabled? Where? What part of you was disabled? Right here in my wrist. I can't shoot the gun like you used to. Nigga, what job you need to be a paratrooper in the civilian world? Where's the paratrooper job in the civilian world? That's what you getting disability for. Well, I can't be a paratrooper. Nigga, you can be a bricklayer. It's a whole bunch of stuff you can do. So, no, if we need more folk for the damn thing, damn a draft. Let me go down them disability roles. This chick got a whole TikTok. She posting booty pictures 24/7 on Facebook. She's got a realtor's license. She's a stripper and a dancer. This dude is sitting over here doing auto repair and physical fitness and roofing. He can pick up and lift more than us. And I'm like, okay, what part of you got disabled again? Y'all, it's a scam. I'm just saying. So, damn a draft. You come talk to me about a draft. I'm going to start naming, okay, get this nigga over here, this fella over here hiding behind this Dodge Charger. Get his ass too. Oh, them 3 fellas back there behind that Dodge Ram. They think we don't see them. Go get them too. Okay, it's not a hustle. You sitting up here taking from my damn money. Y'all got to work for that. You signed up for the military. You got your benefits. Get your ass up. All right, let me get back over here on Zoom again. Oh man, you're on the wrong damn channel tonight. What's on your mind, brother?
I ain't. I'm on the right one. But I've been wanting to call in since we had the last election around here. But I got a couple questions, a couple comments. But I seen that since the last election we had around here in Florida, I was waiting for you to talk about more of a national subject, and now this subject is more global. So I hope I'm not, throwing.
Nigga, if you don't spit it out, what is it?
But do you think that Trump losing Mar-a-Lago, losing over there, do you think this is like a reflection of like the things that he's doing now in office?
Yeah.
That's the reason why he's losing?
Yes. I mean, there's no better barometer than that right there. His district right there, right where he's sitting at, and his districts, these are his neighbors. Let's just put it like this. Those are his neighbors. They're all filthy rich and whatnot down there in that area. Those are his neighbors who voted for this woman. So that's all you really need to know. It's not this super populous place, bro. It ain't got a million people like that. That's not what it is. Those are his neighbors who said, yeah, let me get somebody up here for your ass. Let me get that. That's all you need to know about what the prevailing sentiment is right now. You can't even hide it anymore.
Do you think she's deserving of the win, though? Even though
I don't know if she's deserving of it. I just know the people who voted for her say she is. So right. I don't know if she is, but I didn't have to vote for her either. The voters say she is.
Got you. Okay. All right. That was my question. And then my next question is I listened to one of the programs and he was talking about having more Jason Blacks, and within each city, which each town, talking about their local issues. Like how do we start, those people that would like to do that? Where do we start?
Okay, first of all, you have to be fully informed about what the hell's happening where you are. You got to put the joint down. You got to watch some TV that's not folks shaking their ass or Cartoon Network. So you have to be aware of what's happening, what your politicians are doing. What are the issues that are on the ballot? What are the issues they're voting on? The circumstances in your city, who's actually doing something and who isn't, and who's bull jiving about doing something. So you have to actually be informed about what the hell's going on in your city, in your district, in your state. So you have to actually know. You got to be paying attention. If you can give me all the damn NBA stats, but can't tell me what your city council voted on last week, guess what? You're not qualified. So those kind of things right there. And you have to know folks' track records on it. So you can't just know about them. You got to know the track records. Next, you have to be the most articulate person in the room for it. Damn! Because if you cannot articulate what the issue is in a manner for the masses, it's not enough that you know. You have to be a competent, articulate communicator to the masses of what this issue is that you see. So, for example, you all know me. I can throw out $100 word in a minute. And then I can go ahead and turn around and talk to y'all about get this nigga off his disability over here. And what I'm saying is I can speak to the street. I can speak to the street and I can speak to the academics. It's really great if you can be multisyllabic like that. So your ability to communicate to the average person who isn't necessarily going through y'all know me. I read this stuff. I follow this stuff. I research it. I try to stay up to date. This withering in detail, which is why most people don't do it. So they come here because they know, hey, Jason's going to filter through all this and bring me the big bricks that I need. Okay, that's the proper function of a media. That's what you're supposed to do. And if you can communicate that in simple, down-to-earth language and make the complicated simple, those two elements right there, that's 95% of it. Are you informed and can you communicate it in a straightforward, easy to understand manner? That's 95% of the battle right there.
How do we do that though? How do we be able to
I just told you.
Well, articulate. How do we work on our,
practice? Okay. Understand something. If all you talk to is dummies, you're going to be the next dummy in the room.
I got you.
So you have to practice. You have to talk to people. You got to talk to folk, even if they're above your level of intellect. You have to interact with them on a regular basis because that's what makes you better. You don't become richer by hanging around poor folks. You don't become smarter by hanging around dummies. And you don't become more articulate by hanging around folk with mumble mouths. You don't. So you got to get around some folk who talk and move differently, and then you'll move your way up.
Got you. All right, I'll do that. All right, that was my last question.
Okay, he said that was his last question, and then it wasn't. Okay, that's what I'm saying. You go marinate on that right there, what I just gave you, because he asked the same damn question 3 times. Marinate on that. Do that right there. How do you do it? Nigga, talk more. Who I talk to? Kidnap somebody. In any case, yeah, folks, I mean, welcome to the madhouse. Welcome to the madhouse. This is exactly what it is. This is exactly what it is. Right here. Folks see what's happening, man. Folks see what's happening. Folks see what's going on. Now you just along for the ride. You're telling yourself, don't worry, he ain't really that serious about it. That's the other thing right there. Folks just want to believe it's all a game. Trump ain't that. He always be wilding out. He ain't that serious. The hell he ain't. The hell he's not. He is serious. Folks, they blew up a damn school with 175 girls in it. It don't get more serious than that. It doesn't get any more serious than blowing up a school. Let me explain something. Most of you in here right now, you would not be able to sleep. You wouldn't be able to live with yourself, knowing that you made a call that got 175. Man, there's never been a serial killer in America that even approached those numbers. Most of you would be curled up in a ball in the fetal position under the kitchen sink if you made a call and then they told you 175 girls have died. Yeah, that bombing you said to do, 175 girls have died. That was a school. Most of you, at least I would like to believe that most of you would be so broken by that. You'd be so shattered by that it's just like you couldn't function. How the hell could you sleep? You turn on the news, you see the wreckage smoking and the people standing around and the fathers and the mothers wailing and knowing you did that. You made the call. How could you live with yourself? You go take a look at your children. You go take a look at your little niece, your little nephew, knowing that you've taken away 175 from somebody else. What is it that you want that is worth that? What is it you're trying to get or that you want to do that's worth doing something like that? How the hell could you sleep with yourself? How could you live with yourself knowing that that's you? How do you look in the mirror knowing that that's you? Now you said go ahead and start striking them, and the first thing that blows up is a school with 175 girls. And then he comes out joking. No, this isn't a game, and he's not joking. Too many of y'all don't understand this. See, y'all gotten used to the idea that white supremacy is always telling you it's a joke. Can't you take a joke? So you want to tell yourself, well, they're not that serious about it. They're all serious about it. Remember, We Was Kangs was a joke up until it wasn't. Being woke was a joke up until it wasn't. All this stuff they do, it's a joke right up until it isn't. It's never a joke. None of this is a joke. He's not kidding. He's not fooling around. He's not wilding out. This is how seriously they take death and destruction. They can sleep at night. Maybe they got to take their ketamine. Okay, I guess that keeps them up. These are people who've been to Epstein Island. And you think this is a joke? You think he doesn't really mean this? He wasn't playing about Epstein Island. That's the get down. And how many times has he said this kind of stuff before, y'all? I could shoot someone in the middle of the street in New York City and I'd still get elected. Now, do you realize how many alternative examples that could have made the same point that he could have used, and yet he used that one? He could have said, I could steal candy from a baby live on TV and I'd still get elected. He could say I could steal a fourth grader's scooter and I could still be elected. I could carjack somebody and still be elected. I could take a little old lady's coin purse and still be elected. He could have said that. No, it's I could kill somebody. I could murder someone in the middle of the street. In broad daylight, I could murder you and I would still be elected. That ain't, he was smiling and laughing. That wasn't no damn joke. 'Cause he's literally done it now. They want your silly ass to take it as a joke. So you sit there laughing and smiling. Oh, well, I can vote for Trump. I mean, he ain't that bad. He don't really mean it like that. Yeah. I don't really. Grab him by the hoo-ha. Hey, the women over here. Remember, that takes on an ominous new tone now when you think about it in light of Epstein Island. That takes on an ominous new overtone in light of Epstein Island. Donald Trump, hey, man, if it's a female, just grab him by the vajayjay. That takes on an ominous new overtone when you consider Epstein Island. Still think it's a joke? Or are they laughing about what they do? Because this is just what they do. So to them, it's irrelevant. It's nonchalant. This is just what we do. You blow up a school, you rape some girls, you violate some rights, you gun down this chick in Minnesota and this dude over here. Man, this is just another day. It's another day, man. You upset about that? Man, that ain't nothing compared to what we about to go do. Hell, we about to go blow up a whole damn country. You just blew up Venezuela. Yeah, I got a list of them here. Got a whole list we got to take out. What about the schoolgirls? Got to break a few eggs, make an omelet. No, it's not a joke. And what you see on your screen right here, I need you to understand this and you remember this. This is the real thing right here. Threatening, unrelenting, unrestrained white supremacist violence, domination, and colonization. Mocking your religion, mocking your people, threatening your schools, your power plants, your bridges, threatening the civilians now, not the military, directly. So blowing up that school was an accident. He comes back a couple weeks later and he's directly threatening the citizens now. We're going to blow up power plants and bridges. No, this isn't a joke. This is the real thing. You've been locked in this damn matrix of entertainment that they've been feeding you, that everything's entertainment. This isn't entertainment. This is the real thing right here. This isn't wilding out. This isn't going overboard. This isn't hyperbole. This isn't Trump doing too much. This is the real thing right here. This isn't a joke. This is the real him. This is what they talk about behind the scenes. This is what they really mean. They really mean this. We'll hit your citizens. We'll hit your civilians. We'll hit your schools. You better open up this effing thing right here. That's right. We are vulgar with it in front of the damn world. You'll be living in hell, even if we don't believe in hell. Praise be to Allah, whatever you think is God. I mean, this is white supremacy, raw, naked, reeking. This is white supremacy right here. This isn't a joke. This is the real thing. This right here. And that's terrifying for you to consider that they really mean this. Because then you have to consider just how bad the situation really is. This fella got his finger on the damn nuclear button. He's already sending folk off to the Middle East. No, he means this. All that other stuff you heard, that was him hedging the bets. No, this right here is like, no, now I'm going to come out and say what I really mean. This is what I really mean right here. See, let me explain something to you. For those of you who worked at a job with these elderly and old white supremacists, see, I'm from Louisiana, so I'm used to seeing them act like this. You get them old racist white men, and this is how they talk. Right here. So that's how I know this ain't no damn joke. I've been hearing this my entire life. And a bunch of you who worked in these environments with these elderly white supremacist males, you've heard this kind of talk your whole life. They're always talking about killing whole countries, nuking whole countries, annihilating whole populations, mocking people's religions. They always do this. This is not new. This is what they always do. They got some power and whatnot, and they talk real bold. They talk real bold and real heinous. So no, this ain't fake. This is the real thing right here. And he means it just like you're hearing it. Right there. All them old sand niggers over there and all the bomb them crazy bastards. If I was in the White House, I'd have been nuked them. They're not joking. They're not joking. They mean that. They mean that. You can be silly and think that all this is a joke or a game or they're just being facetious. They don't really mean it. Like, okay, that's you trying to fool yourself. They mean this. They mean it. And the only thing that I wanted was for America to have to live under these conditions here so that, you know what, it's going to be the pain going to get passed around to everybody. This idea that black folk are going to sit here and suffer and everybody else is going to sit up here and giggle and make jokes about it and whatnot. It's like, yeah, you know what? Why don't we go ahead and let everybody get a taste of it? Everybody's going to get a plate of it now. Because you see, before now, this type of venom and vitriol was simply aimed at us. And we had to sit there and take it on the chin. It's like, you know what? Nah, let's everybody get a taste. Everybody come on up here. You're going to get your plate. You're going to get your plate. But Jason, yeah, go ahead and say it. But Jason, go ahead and say it. Weren't you just talking about the prices at the grocery store? I sure did. I sure did. Okay, well, ain't you worried about that too, brother? It's been hitting us. See, that's the part right there you don't understand. I'm not saying about we were doing good till Trump showed up. Man, we've been living like this. We've been living like this. This has been our daily existence. And everybody thought it was okay as long as it was all concentrated on us. White supremacy concentrated strictly at abusing us. Like, no, let everybody feel the pain here. If you're going to have your crazy old white supremacist uncle run things, then everybody needs to pay the bill for him doing what he do. Him doing what he does, and then we're the only ones suffering. Nah, let everybody get a bill for getting your crazy ass racist uncle up here. Let everybody get a taste of this. Please understand, we are much better at tolerating and accepting the hardship than they are. Do not deceive yourself. We are way better than they are. Their pain threshold is way smaller than ours, people. Their pain threshold is way smaller than ours. We got bulletproof skin compared to them. Our threshold for discomfort, man, when you get down to it, it's like we've been living like this. We can take higher gas prices, cars that ain't running right, stuff you can't afford. We've been living not being able to afford stuff. This is their first time. See, we've been navigating an economically depressed environment. This is new to them. It's going to be a whole bunch of middle-aged white folks sitting on TikTok crying and boo-hooing and singing the blues, making videos talking about how bad it is. This is their first time with this. This is their first time dealing in this environment. Nigga, we live here. So our response to this is radically different from theirs. Radically different from theirs. See, they don't usually have to make a choice between rent and gas. Now they about to start making the choice between rent, gas, food. It's going to be a toss-up. Roll the dice. Something ain't going to get paid because it can't be. Oh, okay. Welcome to the new world. Yeah, the affordability crisis, we call that black life. Y'all was laughing. You about to get some affordability crisis of your own. And we'll see how long you're laughing about it. We'll see. Oh, don't worry. You got plenty of time. You got another 3 years, assuming, of course, he doesn't drop the nukes on you. What? Assuming he doesn't get that kicked off. You got another 3 years. So, yeah. Yeah, we sure can. We sure can. Jason, are you worried? Are you scared? No, not really. Well, why not with everything you just described? Because I meant every damn word I said. I'm not playing about this anymore. I meant every word that I said. This benign neglect and this black folk gonna do all the suffering and everybody else gonna sit back and live it easy. Absolutely not. If we cannot all be equally comfortable, damn it, we all gonna be equally uncomfortable. If black folk are under threat 24/7, we all gonna be under threat 24/7. On account of the fact that every time we remind people about how they target us, everybody starts sitting up here and shuffling their feet. Well, that show is bad, but then they don't do anything about it. Okay, let everybody be a target now. Everyone can be a target. So the only way you're going to be able to fix this is if you fix it for everybody. And of course, we all know you're going to go straight to work, try to figure out, how do I fix it for everybody except you niggas over there? How do I fix it for everyone except you? No. Nope, let's just make this so severe that you really don't have a choice except to do the right thing. You don't want to do the right thing, but let's make this so severe that you have no choice in the matter but to do the right thing. But you have to do that because you don't have an alternative. So some of these silly discussions we've been having and some of the silliness you've been tolerating and the white supremacists that you couldn't wait to let the cat out of the bag. Okay, let them go ahead and run things there for a little bit. And when they screwed up and whatnot, had enough yet? Because I need y'all to understand, that's how I am with America right now. With America right now, for me, it's just, hey, had enough yet? Hey, ready to talk about that justice thing? You done had enough of this yet? Oh, you haven't? All right, I'll check back on you in a few months here, assuming you're still alive. If you're still alive, I'll check back on you in a few months. Let me leave you with him right quick. You sit there and be like, no. Okay, let me see. I'll be back in 6 months. No, don't do that. Close the door. Okay, come back 6 months later. Hey, how you doing up in there? This nigga is famished, beard down to his chest and whatnot. He's emaciated. Hey, you done had enough of Trump yet? You ready to do the right thing with us? You ready to go ahead and work with us so we can go ahead and do this right thing and get this justice train rolling for everybody? You had enough yet? I mean, it's just, I'm not so sure about it. Okay, I'll check back in and see. Wait. No, wait me ass. You ready to do the right thing? Well, can we talk about it? Okay, 6 months. Check back on 6 months. Okay. Y'all, here we are a year later. Hey, you awake in there? Yeah, he's dropping bombs, inflation, every damn thing else, gas prices out this world. Hey, you ready to do the right thing yet? Hey, you ready to do the right thing yet, America? You ready? Oh, it's rough on me in here. I know it is. You ready to go ahead and do the right thing? I'm trying to. All right, 6 more months. Oh, please don't. No, 6 more months. You can get back up in there. 6 more months. We'll check back on you here in a little bit, and we'll see if you changed your tune. And if you haven't, then we just see how low can you go. Because in case you didn't notice, Trump's tune has changed for every damn body. Trump told all of them, hey, America, tighten your belt, stop whining, put down the cell phone. I mean, if you can't drive to the movie theater this weekend, I mean, everybody got to sacrifice so me and Israel can ball out. What? Everybody got to sacrifice so that me and my family in Israel can ball out. So all y'all folks who voted for me, it's time to sacrifice. Yeah, just miss a hockey game. Don't worry about all that. So you got to give up a hockey game. Everybody got to tighten their belts. Yeah, see, they thought he was going to come in the office and tell the black folk, okay, y'all got to tighten y'all's belts. You got the white folk, oh, you got to tighten yours too. Really? Yeah. Okay, I get you a tax cut, but I'm raising the prices on every damn thing else. Yeah, he said we ain't got no money for daycares, but then just said that he wants $1.7 trillion for the military. Remember that? So he's saying there's no money for any of this civilian stuff, no money for America, but he wants Congress to find $1.7 trillion to give to the military next year. Next year. Your food prices are out of damn control. But he said, I really need this money for the military. I really need that. Half of it's going to go to these folks on disability. What? Damn! The other half is going to go to bombs over here in Iran. So I got bills to pay. Yeah, they so worried about birth rates that they're not concerned about taking care of nothing. Only birth rate Elon Musk is concerned about is the ones for all them hoes he got. That's what he's worried about. You and your kids, he's like, man, if y'all don't get the hell up out of here, get away from my super yacht. Get away from my super yacht. That's what he's on. So, yeah, we're going to check back on America here in a little bit and find out, hey, had enough yet? You done had enough of your mans yet? You ready to go ahead and put this thing together so we can go on and put him to bed? You had enough yet? Or do you think you can hold out for another 6 months? Had enough of him yet, or do you think you can hold out for another 6 months? All right, I guess we're going to see. We're going to go ahead and wrap things up here tonight. Let me thank everyone who's contributed to tonight's program on PayPal, Super Chat, Venmo. Shout out to Andrew L. Thank you very much for your support tonight here, brother. We appreciate that. To my man, Frank. Appreciate that from you here as well. And everybody else here, thank you very much for your support. If you are new here to the Black Channel, welcome to the Haven of Intelligent Black Thought. We do this every weekend, holidays, some days in between. Click that subscribe button and that notification button. Join us each and every time that we are here for the 720 degrees of analysis that you will receive absolutely nowhere else. If you haven't been to our website, blackchannelfilms.com, check out our groundbreaking best-selling documentary work at blackchannelfilms.com. That is blackchannelfilms.com. I want to thank all of you for tuning in to tonight's program, live or recorded. Thank you all for liking, subscribing, and sharing. And this concludes tonight's broadcast of the Black Channel. I am your host, your brother, your humble servant, the Black Authority. And until next time, my brothers and my sisters from around the world, remember, Black is the future, and the future is uncompromising.